first off, everybody that's doing that quote unquote chase fraud thing, that's not really a, what's the thing? It's like, you go.
I'm not gonna tell them how to do it. Let's not.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Because I looked it up because it was so interesting.
Welcome to the My Finances Nerds, ladies and gentlemen.
My financial nerds.
So what you do is you open up a 401k.
Now you talking stupid.
You commit the fraud.
You talking
80
stupid.
bands. Take the 80 bands, invest in the studio, start taking clients, and then 2-3 years you'll be able to pay back the 80 grand.
I ain't gonna lie, 80 bands into a studio, home studio. That's home studio is not to be played with.
Buy a home.
I'm about to say, buy a home.
Buy a home.
Buy a home.
And the thing is, 80 grand cannot buy you a home.
Yeah, 80 grand ain't gonna do nothing
depends
unless
on
you in middle America, maybe. No disrespect to middle America, but for real, your houses are a little
Honestly,
bit cheaper
for sure.
than the
80
coasts.
grand, and maybe I might be tripping. I'll
What?
say I'll buy a crib in the Caribbean, build amazing studio crib.
No, you wouldn't. I wouldn't do that.
What?
You know why I wouldn't do it? I'm not that rich to do that
But that's
because
the thing. It might not be that crazy.
no, it's gonna be very cheap. It's gonna be cheap, but I'm just saying, nonetheless, like, am I gonna be there like a lot?
Yeah, type thing.
You gotta. Are you planning to be there? Type thing.
I mean, I
We
will.
live in New York where we have 3 airports, so we have a lot of access to wherever we want to go. And sometimes
That was
cheap
hard.
tickets.
That's true.
It might be a weekend where you be like, oh, you know what? If you own a house too, you ain't got to worry about it.
Well, yeah. If you had to build a studio in a certain location, where would be like the most optimal location that you would build it?
Optimal?
Optimal, meaning, okay, is it in a house? Is it in the top floor? Is it the bottom floor? What city? Like, give me the whole spiel of
I need
where.
a city where it never rains, and I'm doing it on a roof. I'm building out my studio in my house.
Okay.
It's the most elaborate I think that I'll ever do.
Okay.
Like as far as
Yeah.
much gear as possible.
Right.
From now on, I love minimalist.
Okay.
I realize how much of a minimalist I am. It's funny because my father, he hit me and he was like, "Hey, how about we turn the garage? We got a really nice sized garage. He was
Right.
like, let's turn it into a studio."
For real?
Yeah, and I thought about it and I said no.
Okay.
Reason why I said no is because even though it'd be a lot of space, I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, I could put everything.
You can
in
go
here
crazy, right?
twice,
Right.
But I know I'm very vibe based, so we're in studios and we work out of a lot of professional studios, but we also work in a crib,
Right.
And a lot of the time we're in studios with no windows. 4 walls, dark, moody, vibey.
Yes.
And to the point where we lose track of time.
Yes.
We're ordering in. We're not, all of that. I love sunlight.
Yeah.
And I get that windows are the enemy to perfect sounding. But I think here's another hot take I have. I don't like a dead room to record in.
Got you. Like a
I
completely
love some
ambience.
atmosphere.
Right.
So, because I notice when I put my vocals in, that's probably why I hate the Chaotica. I hate how dead it sounds.
What? How just lifeless it
Like,
sounds?
Yeah, because I'll take my mic out of the whatever casing or whatever acoustic shield. Some of that outside helps my vocal.
So that's a hot take because I'll be honest with you, right? On some of my recordings, right? I'm recording right in my control room. Like I don't have a booth or anything like that. But sometimes those little nuances of like I hear my chair squeaking on certain records and stuff like that. Like I hear those imperfections, but it never made me go like, oh my God, this is like a super terrible recording. So in my head, it's just like, okay, what are you willing to sacrifice? Like, you know what I mean? Like for the quote unquote sound. But equipment is so good now, bro.
Yeah, that you can
like,
get away with a lot.
I can get away with a lot of things.
RX is alive, so you could live. But I don't. It's a thing of
still do a good recording though. It's no
Yeah, of
excuse.
course, please.
It's no excuse.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not
absolutely.
saying even really the squeaking. It's more of the more open it is, the better all of my voice is captured.
Everything.
Because we never hear our voice the same way we hear it inside.
That's true.
So that's
true.
why a lot
I
of
hear
people hate their voice. But the more I can get of it without it getting blocked out, whether it's the bassiness of my voice, that's why I hate the Chaotica again.
Right.
I think there's that, and I have a topic I want to touch, but let's open up.
Oh, it's all good. Can I say this also? And then I'm gonna get back to that question I had. Lately, so I just got the Fluid Audio Image 2s.
Yes, sir.
Right? This is not a paid sponsorship, by the way. They didn't pay for me to
Who
talk
they
about
didn't
them.
pay?
They didn't pay me for this.
$50,000 they paid me.
They
$50,000.
they actually gave me one thing I will say, and if you want to take this as a sponsor, cool. They gave me a code for everybody because I'm gonna do a video for them. I'll put the code in the link in the description for 15% off their monitors. It's amazing. These monitors have genuinely changed my game so much, bro. Because for the first time in my life, like honestly, like in my home setup, I can genuinely hear shit.
Wow.
So like when I was playing old mixes and like playing newer stuff, I was just like, bro, I hear all the problems. I'm like, why does this sound so closed? I was like, why was I mixing like that? Like now I'm hearing like how open I can make a record and how hard I can make a record. So to me, it's just like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I'm just throwing this out there to y'all. Yo, your monitoring genuinely could change everything for you.
Absolutely.
Like I'm passionate about it right now because it's genuinely, bro, up my get. Like I made the biggest leap mixing wise in the past like month than I have in years. Like huge leap mixing wise for me.
I hope this doesn't mess up business for you.
It doesn't. It ain't no paid. It's okay. They sent it to me. They gave it to me. Cool. But I'm gonna do a video and just because I'm really impressed. Them shits really changed my life.
And that's exactly why I won't buy Adams.
That's fine.
Because hearing that from you,
it's fine.
Is like no. I know it's fine. It was gonna be fine regardless.
Yeah.
You said that
ironically, it's Adam up here. I'm selling these too if anybody wants these.
But no, I'm saying hearing that from you because your ears, I'd like to think, you know, I know you old and stuff, but your ears I think are better than mine. But no, you hear stuff different than me. You know what I mean? And you know, even though I got youthful ears, I still listen. I like to think I'm closer to a consumer than I am Neil Pogue or something.
I get you. I understand what you're saying.
And I say all that to say I'm so not closer to a consumer. I take that back. But
yeah,
I'm not as close as you are.
Okay.
And I say that to say you hear things different in these monitors than I do.
I got you.
I just copped the JBL 308s.
Yeah, you got it from me.
Yeah.
Why you saying you just copped it like
I just pointed at you like I just
copped
it from you.
Remember the JBLs that was right here? And you took them off my hands.
I just copped them.
Look at how your man's be hating.
I love how they sound because
So
I like them because they sound fun for production.
I told you.
Now the Adams, these I just
they're not fun.
Yeah,
they're not fun.
And then I spoke about it, the T7s. I didn't like them.
Yeah, I don't like the T7s
to hear
either.
that from you on the 888s.
Yeah, 877H.
Oh, 877
H 77
H.
Yep, the Adams.
To hear that, and it's like for you to say in the first time in a long time like that, and
I
it's
can
like,
hear.
bro, you just went through a bunch of Adams speakers. Damn. Shout out Adam though, but welcome to the My Audionerds.
Yeah, welcome to the My Audionerds podcast. Let me say this before I introduce the podcast, which is why I'll introduce it in the middle. But y'all know the vibes. The 877H, the big difference I heard that really changed everything was the mid range and the high end. So for me, I always felt like on the Adams, the mid range and the high end, I'd fight for my life in those. Yeah. Like for some reason, I'd be like, yo, I can't get it to open up. Like even when I thought like, oh, open, I play it and I'm like, it still sounds closed and squeezed. Like everything I mixed on them. So what I realized is on the Fluid Audio Image 2s, they have a 5-inch mid-range cone. So it's 5 inches. On the Adams, it's 3. I think it's 2.5 or 3. So I feel like I'm getting more detail out of that particular mid-range. And the game changer for me, I can sell my Auratone speaker now because the Fluid Audio has a pedal.
That's why I wanted to get the Barefoots
to stomp, and it only gives me my mid range in the mix.
Because the Barefoots also have that. They have the cube setting, but they also have an NS10 setting.
Oh wow!
And they have
is it a foot switch or are you?
Oh yeah, it's a foot switch.
Okay, cool. I like the foot switch.
Speakers are amazing now. Like
bro,
where the speakers are, I'll tell you this. And you know what? I just got to make this announcement.
What?
I think I'm officially the Gucci from the headband, the Gucci shirt.
Oh, yeah, you a hype beast.
Yeah, he's the hype beast.
Yeah, he's a hype beast.
Audio hype beast?
You are.
Well, I just like quality stuff.
No, you like
audio hype beast.
I say that to say.
You pick a company and then you say, I'm staying here, and which is fine. I get it. Like, I get it. I guess
it was going to be fine regardless.
Okay.
But,
regardless.
I tested, so I'm in the middle of building this studio. It's taking way longer than I thought. Okay. But I tested the Neumann K series of monitors.
Where did you test it at?
I saw at Guitar Center. Shout out to GC, and then one of my homies had a studio.
What Guitar Center you went to that had those?
The one in Queens. Was it the one in Queens? Either Queens or Manhattan.
Guitar Center usually don't be having like better monitors like that because I never get a chance.
Be having some stuff.
Once in a blue,
you got to catch certain ones in a certain time.
Some of them are trash then because I never.
Was either Manhattan or. Either the one off Union.
The Manhattan one is the one on Union. They
gotta get the one in downtown Brooklyn. Gotta get better. This is very regional.
Sorry, New York.
Off topic.
Yeah,
but the K series, the K120s, amazing.
Yeah, K120s is cool.
Oh my goodness, the K60s, amazing.
Yeah, 3. Yeah,
I say all that to say I'm gonna get their 3-way monitor. Not now.
Right.
Not anytime soon.
Right.
But if you see me rolling up with them, there's a
Right.
chance I might have won the lottery.
Bro,
You know what I
you
mean?
want a 3-way speaker, bro.
I do. I know I do.
You want a 3.
That's why I was
you want a
really
3-way
wanted to get
speaker,
the
bro.
Adams, but
Yes.
Do I?
Hold on. You do want a 3-way speaker.
He does.
How so?
You want a 3-way speaker.
I want to know why.
Because I think having a speaker that separates and focuses on specific ranges in the mix in a separate sense, I think you would hear things a lot differently, specifically, as opposed to saying everything from 2,000 hertz and below is this one 8-inch cone, speaker, woofer, and then everything 2,000 and above is in this one range. Like, I think that you, with that separation of, okay, everything from 300 hertz and to 2,000 hertz is just mid-range, and then everything above that is just high-end. Like, I think you would love that separation because you, bro, like, when you sit in that sweet spot, like, I'll let you sit, you're going to feel like when you start mixing, you're going to throw up the high end on the EQ, like, ooh, it feels, I don't know, it's just the separation I'm getting out of the whole thing, it allows me, I'm dialing in mid-range like I've never dialed in. I'm like, the mids are closed. I need to open this thing up. As opposed to everything being lumped into one particular, coming out of one particular
It sounds like I might.
driver.
It sounds like I might never give you another record to mix again. I'm be stuck in there just like, nah, I could do this. I could do this.
Man,
I could do
I'll tell you this.
What do you mean?
Like, where's the next song at? I'd be like, I'm still working on the mix. I can hear everything different.
if he gets a
through
3
these
inch,
speakers.
that's what he means.
I'm gonna go crazy.
I mean a 3-way.
Oh, if you get a 3-way,
Bro,
you saying?
Yeah,
You
I
I
like
get a
it.
3-way because I like my music loud.
That's
nah,
it.
I hear you though. That's the one. I know,
But no. What? I'm the type. It's gonna sound nasty. You can take me to audio cord if
It's
needed.
gonna sound nasty.
My new setup is the JBL 8-inch joints. I got the Cali Audio LP6s.
Okay.
Love the
And I
Calis.
damn near, they're not in my setup, but I got an old pair of KRKs in the 5s.
Oh, classic.
Have all
Which ones? The wooden ones or?
Oh, no.
Okay, because that's
I got
old.
the little fat,
plastic,
curvy ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, the curvy ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the type to play all 3 at the same time.
That's nasty. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do
Why
that.
not?
Because it's gonna cause you're gonna have phasing issues and things of that nature with the time alignment. I'm telling you, if you play it all, I promise you're gonna put all 3 on. And be like, this shit sounds terrible.
That's like hearing.
It's too much sound coming from a bunch of different timings.
That's
and
like
stuff.
hearing.
It's gonna sound terrible.
That's like
Imagine
hearing
a
3
Dolby.
different vocalists sing the same song at the same time.
Yes.
Like, what are we doing?
What's happening? It's firing
I
at you.
came here for Whitney.
The
Shout
low
out to
end.
my-
That's too much. That's
Shout
too
out
much.
to my people that got mix match speakers running at the same time.
Nasty work. Nasty
Different.
work. Imagine you got like a KRK with a
And the M
HS8.
audios and just like
You got an HS7, right?
HS7
Classic.
Siete.
Can I say one thing about those speakers? I will always keep a pair of those in my
just
studio
they're just so good.
because they're so telling.
Yeah.
That I gotta keep them in my
I
studio.
never
So,
had a pair of Yamahas.
bro, those Yamahas are telling. If you got harshness,
They
those
will
speakers
tell
gonna let
you.
it's like it's too harsh.
They hate them. They hate
brightness, it lets me
They
know
hate brightness.
harshness and brightness. I know, and I know there's a certain bang on them. Like when they hit,
that. And I'm about to say, yep, that. And
I
then
know how
they
they hit.
translate. They translate warmth a certain way where I'm just like, this is annoying.
Yeah.
Reduce that.
yeah,
Rich man.
true.
Rich man.
I'm not rich.
Rich
What's
man.
what's the cheapest thing in your studio?
The cheapest thing in
Can
my
I answer
studio,
that? Can I answer that?
my 1/4-inch
No, don't say
adapter.
No.
Asshole.
no.
That's what you gonna say?
I got you. I got you right now. Equipment wise, I can tell right now.
Yeah, my studio getting a little expensive. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm looking at it like, what is the cheapest thing in? I was gonna say your vocal chain, but that's
no, my vocal chain out is expensive.
All
no,
right.
exactly. There's nothing in your vocal chain under 1,200,
Yeah, no. Everything.
1,800. Atlantis might be the cheapest thing in your vocal chain.
I think no, it's not.
The Audioscape.
Yeah,
The Audioscape.
I'm about to
Alpha
say
comp.
that one.
I think it's like 1,200.
How much is the pool text?
The Pultex, I think it's 1,200 a piece.
And you want me to say you're not rich?
I'm not rich.
Wait, how much was the?
Cheapest thing in
some
that
of this
whole
stuff,
area
shout out Audioscape, homies.
Elises.
Sometimes they send me stuff to test.
By the way, yo, welcome to the My Audio Nerds podcast.
The
That was a
podcast,
fact,
go
though.
ahead,
for
introduce the
podcast, for audio, for blah blah blah, for audio nerds like yourselves. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment for your chance at getting the
Free Rosetta HMD Rosetta EQ or compressor. And also,
in the gold color, and also become a member, man. Come
a
rock
member.
with us. You can see Drunk Courtney. You can see Devon's new offshoot podcast with 2 other people that aren't us that I've still never seen an episode of.
That's true.
I go by the name of LJ. I'm the FL user. I'm the FL warrior, and I'm in the building.
Right.
We got to talk about FL some other time.
Yep.
To my left.
To the left, I'm Devvon Terrell. I'm a Pro Tools user. Also, members, we've been getting like really cool engineers to pull up to the Diamond member streams.
Yeah.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
We had Leslie come through the other day. Bro, Leslie happened to see us on Instagram Live. We was, doing our weekly stream Tuesdays 8 p.m. 6 to 10, Tuesday 6 to 10, and we were talking. And then Leslie was in the our comment section, and I was like, "Yo, what's up?" And he was like, "Love this, blah blah." And then Chris was like, "Yo, you coming on?" I was like, in my head, I was gonna hit Chris like, "Why would you say that?"
Yeah.
And
That's a good man.
That's
though.
my man.
That's
though.
a good man.
That's my
though.
yo. And then Leslie was like, "Yeah, just let me know." I hit Chris sidebar. I was like, "Yo, send him the link." Yada yada. Leslie pulled up, bro. High quality cam. And I recorded the whole thing, bro.
Shout out Chris Ravens. My son hit you with the watch this.
Yeah, he said,
hit
"Watch
you with
this."
the usher.
Thank you to Leslie for giving all of our Diamond members
that opportunity
and just like critiquing their mix. And we critiqued every single person's mix. It was amazing. Even Ulysses was there and got his mix critiqued with
That's what's
Maji.
up.
With the Maji
That's
song.
what's up.
Yeah. He said it sounds great. He was like, "It sounds fire." There's also some really talented people. Shout out Ravo. She's one of our Diamond members. Oh, you met her at Mixnick.
Yeah, at Mixnick.
Bro, she played a song.
She be having some heat. I played her. So in front of her, she put me on. I saved her album in front of her. And then on the plane ride back, I threw it on. And I was like,
"Bro,
we got some talented Diamond members."
She
fire.
You gotta hear this new. I ain't gonna lie.
You still got the file? You nasty.
Yeah,
That's
hell
oppie.
yeah, that song was
That's
OD.
oppie.
That's not oppie.
You saving the files?
Holding on to the unreleased.
From the live?
From the live?
I downloaded it. I had to download it.
You gotta delete them after. That's like
No.
when you go to a studio and airdrop a song. It's like, yo,
delete that.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Yo, me?
My fault.
You already know.
You good?
I don't go by nomenclatures. I go by digits. It's 12 in the building.
What does that even mean?
You don't know what
Spell
a
it.
nomenclature?
Split.
Nomen.
I've heard it. What does that mean?
CLATURE. That's a really fancy and upscale word that refers to names.
Who are you sleeping with? Who would
Books.
That was good. That was what are you, Gen Z?
Gen Z. I want to say
What are
Gen
you,
Z.
Gen? What generation are you?
I can't remember the last.
He's Gen Z. He's Gen Z.
Like I'm crazy.
Last time
can't
I read a
remember-
book?
No, I opened up a hardcover book. Like we got audiobooks.
To
I
say-
got podcasts.
Yo, quick-
I got the Kindle app. I don't even know if it's called the Kindle app, but where I could just read it. I got the Bible app. I could just read.
That's true, too.
Off the phone.
To have the Bible on your
Quick
phone
comment
is
on
a lot.
books. I
Shout out
felt
to you.
I
How
felt
is it
like
a lot?
I
I felt
said
like
shout out to you though. I didn't want it to come off weird,
Yo,
but it
shout
came
out-
off weird.
Hey,
Shout out
yo,
to you though.
Shout
out to
out
you.
God.
Shout out
comment.
God.
Quick shout out, guys. Crazy. Quick comment on books.
What?
I think when they came up with the terms, since you said hardback, hardback and paperback.
I never thought about that hardback.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, they are gonna kill us.
That was wild.
Once I was like, okay, hardcover, obviously. What's
Okay.
the?
Oh,
what's,
yeah, that's
what's
what
a,
you meant.
What's a regular? What's a regular?
Paperback.
Yo, that's what it was. I said, what's the regular book? This is called paperback. I said, oh, that's a broke boy book.
Hardback.
Paperback is broke boy book.
No, that's just a book. Paperback.
It's broke boy book.
No, how is that?
Because why you
Bro-
specifically made paperback and then you made hardcovers? It's like
No,
more money.
Hardcovers was for what you call it?
for like textbooks and stuff.
No,
No,
had
they
regular
made
books in
regular
hardcover, too.
books in hardcover.
Right. So, but it's a paperback. But paper. No, I think paperback is. I could be wrong. I think paperback is a universal.
That's the
term
universal. That's the universal
for a book, for a physical.
When it's paper, yeah.
When it's
like
physical.
when it's not hardcover.
When it's a softback. The hardback where you can knock on it, pause.
That's what I'm saying. Now you be known. You be like, oh, you spent money on this book.
What plugin is a hardback plugin?
What plugin's a hard? Can I tell you right now? A hardback plugin, Spectre. It's
What
a
do you mean?
hardback
How is
plugin.
that a hardback plugin?
It just is. It looks like a hardback plugin.
Smack Attack is a hardback plugin.
Wait,
That's
what do
a
y'all mean?
hardback
What- Okay,
plugin.
what is a hardback plugin?
What's
What do you mean?
What's a
It's a-
paperback
it's a-
plugin?
No, pardon me. Any isotope plugin is a hardback.
Is a
Wait,
hardback
what is a
plugin.
hardback? I don't get what
The
a
back
hardback.
end of your computer is gonna be on fire.
That's
trying
a
to
fact.
find-
That's a fact. That's a hardback plugin. So what's a
Yo, they
paperback?
gonna this is so uninformative.
Yo.
Can I bring up a topic?
Go ahead.
No. This is great. We were talking about To be honest, we were talking about speakers, and I
But
kind of been
there's one
wanting to
thing I
talk
want
about
to go
this.
back on.
Go ahead.
So when we were talking about like ambiance and recording,
Yeah.
Did we? Oh, this could be a one gotta go actually.
What?
What got killed harder? MP3s
Okay.
as a file format.
Okay.
Studio consoles
Okay.
or the vocal booth.
Wow, this is a really hard one.
What got killed the hardest? What do
This
you mean,
is a-
like died out?
Died
Yeah.
out the hardest.
Like all of them
I'm
are
not
still,
gonna lie,
we
that's a
still
hard one.
need all of them. Not need. We
They're
still
all
use
still
them.
like-
There's
yeah.
uses to all of them.
Like MP3 is almost frowned upon now.
Absolutely.
It feels like
Yeah, MP3 is nasty work.
if you
Once
get an
once you said console, I'm sitting here like,
I
damn,
send
the
waves,
board,
bro.
The board don't
I
exist.
ain't gonna lie, like even file wise, I be sending waves now. I don't even bounce
M4As.
MP3s.
Yeah,
M4As
I don't
are
bounce
like-
M4As,
MP3s either.
AIFs.
It's almost nasty. To
Yeah,
bounce
I don't like bouncing MP3s no more. Like if somebody say make an MP, I haven't had somebody ask me for an MP3 in a
also
long
real
time.
quick before I answer that,
What?
you know, Apple has a little API sense of conversion.
Yeah, because if you send it the wave on text, it'll convert it to M4A.
The receiver gets it as an M4A.
I've seen that.
I was
I
like,
like that.
wow.
I don't like that.
I like it because it
I like
compresses
that.
the size.
Yeah, but
if you send me something,
no, you're right. But from an
don't know about
engineering standpoint, I'm expecting you to get a high quality wave. That's why I stopped.
Exactly
texting.
what I
And
sent
guess
you.
what? Guess
Files. What?
that's why engineers is around so that you can use
The AV?
Yeah.
Oh,
the-
you good.
Yeah,
Yo,
come
you
on.
good,
High
bro.
quality.
Engineer
Yo, you
slaps.
good, bro.
Come
By
on,
the way,
stop sending stuff to your notes.
by the way, I saw I went.
Answer the question.
I'm about to. I'll go
Never
first.
mind,
I'll go
hold
first.
on.
I'll go
I might
back.
say
No,
that
wait,
for
no,
another
no.
episode. To me,
Yeah.
I'll
All
say
right,
it
all
for another.
right. So let me go first then.
Go ahead.
Personally, I feel like they all got killed evenly, but I would say
Evenly.
just how I'm looking at it and just the look of the landscape. I would say the traditional booth got killed the most.
I'm kind of leaning that way too with you because I was like, yo, bro, honestly, I don't care for booths. I don't even like recording in a
And you know
booth.
what's so funny?
Yes, I'd hate it.
I want
Yo.
to
sit
sit
next to the engineer.
by the engineer.
Sit by the
And
engineer.
We're in an era too where if we got a booth in the studio,
Yeah.
we damn near turning the booth into another studio.
Right, like a production room
Like
or
if
something.
we rent out a studio, like it's like, yo, let's get a laptop in there and have them working.
Yeah.
Like the booth is dead, but I can also say the studio console. I've been in
Yeah.
dozens and dozens, damn near hundreds of professional studios working, hundreds of sessions. I've never, and this could speak to my age too, I've never used more than 4 tracks on a board, and that's just for regular volume stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them. Yeah, I haven't seen someone
Use a
literally
full
throw
board,
out
yeah.
the mix on a board in a long
On a
time. I'll
board.
see people do subgroups and stems. You know what's crazy?
Not even. I've never seen that.
Something about UAD I realized on my trip to LA, and I'll talk about my trip to LA in another episode. But on my trip to LA, I realized something about UAD, and I think I realized why they keeping their plugins locked up,
To
like
themselves.
in the satellite.
In the in the
A lot
ecosystem.
of big studios still have UAD hardware. And in my head, I'm like, oh shit. I was like, why haven't y'all upgraded? Like, so much conversion technology has gotten so much better. And I'm like, oh, because of console and all the plugins. So if they that's a big change for
I
a
was just
studio.
about to say when you brought it up, I thought about it.
They
and
can't
it-
have the plugins. Because
They
then they would
can't.
have to get a satellite. It would be a lot for
More.
that big studio to have to figure
No,
out.
them allowing plugins to be run natively as an option doesn't necessarily have to affect the existing users with the console.
No, what I'm saying is, if they allow all their plugins to be for everyone, meaning no satellite, you don't need an interface, then a lot of them I feel like would be like, cool, I can change my interface now because I don't have to worry about not being able to get this plugin and that plugin and that plugin because I don't have a UAD interface. So that's what, because I seen
But I feel
Tizio
like, yeah.
pull up like certain plugins, and I was like, oh, this is like a UAD plugin. Because I remember looking for one when I came home. I was like, I wanted that plugin, and I was like, oh, damn,
That's a
it's not
code you might have
native.
just cracked because I just thought about it. My fault. Above Ground Studios, Kehlani Studio. At the time, don't know if they changed it since. At the time, they didn't have any boards in that.
Yeah,
at
it was
least in
straight-
that room that I saw, it was
straight
straight
digital.
UAD.
Excuse me.
Because remember, their final console, their interface, it all goes to the Apollo. So I was like,
interface goes to the Apollo.
now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you might be right.
Yeah,
Their interface
it's
You might be right.
because if you change that interface, yo, dog, you change that interface, you really change the whole
sound.
studio.
The whole
Does it?
sound.
I think,
Yeah.
Levens,
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
The interface, if you change the interface, it changes the sound.
The
I'm
whole
saying
studio, the whole, not even just the sound,
Just the sound,
whole
but just
studio
how, yeah.
changes.
That's why I think it's not as and I could be wrong. I'm not in these boardrooms. That's why I think it's not as big a deal because I feel like no studio. A lot of studios won't want to make that big a change
For sure.
to their
I
studio. So
wouldn't.
why not? Why, like, if they added a native, because what they have is the native versions on top of the UAD versions.
Right.
Adding a native version to all these plugins, what does that do? If everybody's already locked in on the studio side, like they're not changing their entire system. Theoretically.
If Chris Brown or whoever, right, engineer, comes to this studio, this large format studio, and has a certain setup, knows the plugins, etc., that this studio provides, legacy studio, right?
Yeah.
If you then take out the UAD interface,
I never said the interface will leave.
but that's what I think we might be getting a little confused. What I'm saying is, if you take the UAD Apollo or whatever UAD interface out, right, of the equation of the studio, now there are certain plugins that engineer that comes to that studio does not have access to.
No, that's what I'm saying. the studios wouldn't take the interface out for that reason.
Right.
So
oh,
why
you're saying
not?
they wouldn't do it in general?
He's saying
Because
why
it
not
might
have them make the
complicate
native
your entire
versions?
system if you've been running off one system for the last whatever. But even if they're native, if everything is native, then the engineer doesn't have to worry about not having access because there's no UAD because everything's native.
But that's what I'm saying. Where I would like it to get where I think people would have a better options as far as buying audio interface. Because my opinion, and TZO and them echoed this too when I was with them this weekend. They were like, I don't like UAD conversion. I was like, oh my God, I've been saying this for years. There are better interfaces out there for me personally.
Like the Neumann MT48.
UAD, by all means, I'm looking for you to, revamp the whole conversion technology and whatever you got going. I'm looking forward to your next interface. Real talk. Right now, as far as the current line, don't like it. What I'm saying is that there are better options out there today, in my opinion. For instance, I bet you that Neumann MT slaps that interface out the water.
Gucci from the brim to the side.
So, with that being said, what I'm saying is, if a studio knows we could have a better quality sound for not even a bunch of money, $5,000 on a new interface to a studio, what's that? It's a drop in the bucket, right? So what I'm saying is if they could upgrade, I think that they would. I just think that there's a fear in place. And this is just an open conversation. Could be right, wrong. I'm cool with it. I think that if they had the option or if it was just a seamless transition, then I think they'll be like, yo, let's get a better interface. Yeah. When I was at Ali's studio, he had the Symphony. And in my head, I was like, okay, maybe he's using the satellite then for his voice. Because I know he has Voice of God and stuff like that. So I'm like, maybe he's using like the satellite, something like that. But when I seen him with the Symphony, I was like, oh, you got the Symphony. And I wanted to go deeper in. I'm going to talk about another episode though.
And there's an option for, you see, you bringing up the satellite. There's an option if people do want to leave the interface. I'm just saying there's no reason why.
What's the option if people leave the interface? The satellite?
Yeah,
I hear you.
So it's like, just open it up, bro.
I'm with you.
It's just like,
let it go.
I'm about to say that's probably why he doesn't have.
It's all
he
money.
Doesn't have the Apollo
because he has the satellite. Yeah, please, like UAD, let it go. Like let us have. You got it. Like just let us have it. Or at the very least, I would love to hear someone tell me why y'all don't. Maybe there's some reason I'm unbeknownst to me.
Same with Pro Tools. Pro Tools ain't never spoke up about that AAX reason.
Like, nobody said anything.
Yeah, they decided not to.
I don't want to bring that up.
Don't bring it up. Hey, yo.
You got to tell me afterwards.
But this has been...
Yeah, wrap it up.
The My Audio Nerds podcast brought to you by, the Audio Nerds. I forgot the outro. I'm not gonna lie to
I was like, yo, you lost.
Oh, yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, become a member.
Okay, go ahead.
We appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you. Seriously, this marks over 2 years of us doing the podcast.
That's a fact.
Facts.
We're eternally grateful to still be at it. You know what I mean? Still rocking with y'all. A lot of podcasts don't make it to 2 years.
That's a fact.
So I genuinely, a lot of appreciation to my bros, the entire HMD team. I just found out a couple of new people on the team that I never met. But shout out to them.
We be working behind the damn scenes. Let me tell y'all.
And shout out to all of our sponsors that keep us going and paying the bills, because this is not cheap. This is very expensive.
Thanks to our members, because y'all are helping to obviously pay the bills for real. Thank you, members.
Seriously, shout out to y'all, because we are in New York, one of the highest costs of living, unfortunately.
The highest tax
please don't forget to become a member if you'd like to help pay the bills. We don't rely on
sponsors. We don't try to rely on
sponsors. We don't lie to y'all to for a bag. We keep that integrity, and I think that's what keeps us going.
Yeah.
Other than that, if you can't support us right now, it's all good. Support us by leaving a like, a comment, and hopefully you might win the HMD Rosetta EQ or compressor. New plugin on the way, by the way.
True.
Not gonna talk about it.
True.
And with that being said, we'll see y'all next time. And remember, nothing's gonna get more. That EQ's not gonna get tired. The compressor's not gonna get tired. It's your ears, so just give it a break. Come back to it. And hopefully that 808 will make sense.
That was some very wholesome advice for you.
That's real, man.
I like that.